Hello, I'm speaking to you outside our head office here in Norfolk on a cold December evening to reflect back on what you have helped us do over the course of 2012. 2012, of course, has been an extraordinary year. Starting off with the film War Horse, then the wonderful Diamond Jubilee celebrations, and of course the wonderful Olympic and Paralympic Games. And what a wonderful sight to see our equestrian teams doing so well. Who would have thought at the beginning of the year we would bring home such a large medal haul? World Horse Welfare has been working since 1927 with your support to face up to the major challenges facing horse welfare both in the UK and around the world. And the reality is, as we say goodbye to 2012, the need for World Horse Welfare, the need for your support has never been greater. As we head into the depths of winter, World Horse Welfare estimates there are around 6,000 horses at risk in England and Wales. And this is reflected in the fact that we've taken in 50% more horses since 2006. We've been working with several other charities to highlight this growing equine crisis, both to the public and to government. The reality is, horses are being fly grazed illegally right across the country. And one of the biggest problems we find in our day-to-day work to help horses is being able to link a horse with an owner. And we need government to act to help us stop fly grazing and improve owner traceability of horses. I could have used so many examples to show the need that is out there. One such example is that of Zazu, a 2-year-old colt who we found dumped, lame, and with a debilitating and horrific disease called strangles. And Zazu's example also provides another graphic reminder of the growing threat that all UK horses are facing from disease. This year we have seen another 2 cases of equine infectious anemia or swamp fever. And the reality is, most horse owners simply aren't aware enough of the threat of the disease and the steps they should be taking to protect their horses. So I'd urge you to look at our website or ring our advice line for a disease pack, which contains all the information you need to know about protecting your horse from disease. Because we know that threat is there, and it is our responsibility to do as much as we can as a horse owning community to minimise that threat. Zazu is currently being cared for at our farm in Norfolk, one of our 4 rehabilitation centres around the country, and our staff are working night and day to save his life. And with this impending horse crisis at our shores, it is important that we rehome as many horses as we can every year. Having a horse rehomed creates a space for us to take in another horse or pony or donkey that is desperately in need. 2012 was also a really exciting milestone for the charity when we opened our new facilities at our Scottish farm in Aberdeenshire, Belwade Farm. Over the years, Belwade has rehomed hundreds of horses. But our ability to rehome up there had been significantly curtailed because of the long Scottish winter months and the fact that we didn't have an indoor arena. So we were delighted when our President, Her Royal Highness the Princess Royal, opened a new indoor arena and visitor centre at Belwade back in September. The bottom line is these new facilities are so important to us and will enable us to rehome more horses every year. While the horses needing our care in the UK is certainly on the rise, I'm delighted to give some wonderful news that the numbers of horses suffering horrifically on long distance journeys across Europe to slaughter have decreased significantly. We estimate over the last decade the numbers have decreased from around 165,000 to 65,000. Now that's still 65,000 journeys too many. But nevertheless, it's a huge step in the right direction. We are acutely aware that we wouldn't have been able to campaign as tirelessly as we have over the many years our campaign has been running without your support. It is making a real difference, and the facts of the matter are quite simple. Horses suffer horrifically on these long journeys, and the European Commission have clearly stated that they will amend the regulation when there is scientific evidence to support such a change. We have provided the evidence to the European Commission that they suffer. They have the evidence. They need to act. We will work in 2013 to continue to press the case for a change to the transport regulation to stop the needless suffering of tens of thousands of horses every year. In the United Kingdom, the horse is a sport and leisure animal, and what great joy they give us. But the reality is, around the world, it is a very different story. It's such a sobering fact that there are around 100 million working equines, horses, ponies, donkeys and mules, still working today, supporting the impoverished lives of millions of people. And you have helped us in a really tangible way in one of our projects in Nicaragua, where you funded the donation of hundreds of horse care packs that has made such a direct impact on the working equines of Nicaragua. These packs are such a great way for our in-country teams to discuss with owners the basic needs of their animals. During the course of 2012, we've also sought to expand our international work, which traditionally has been focused on the training of saddlers and farriers. And we're trialling this new approach in our project in Nicaragua. The training of saddlers and farriers still remains at the heart of our project, but we have developed a drop-in centre in Managua for horse owners to drop in and ask questions. Whilst at the drop-in centre, they can find out the basic information they need to care for their horses better. Nicaragua is one of the 8 projects we're running around the world, in Central America, in Africa, and thanks to the support of FEI Solidarity in Cambodia. Here we are working with the Cambodia Pony Welfare Organisation in the capital city Phnom Penh and in the districts surrounding. Not only are we helping the working ponies of Cambodia, but we're also looking to improve basic sports standards across the country. Through working with the Cambodia Pony Welfare Organisation and the FEI, we can develop grassroots sports across the country. And the reason we want to do this is because it will permeate across all layers of equines within Cambodia, including the really important working pony population. So as we look back at 2012, we can be really proud of what we together have been able to do. What a real impact we have had on horses, ponies and donkeys in the UK and around the world. But the need is still there. Indeed, the need is growing. Sadly, cases like Zazu are not uncommon. The reality is, as I speak to you now, there are other cases out there needing our urgent help. With your support, we really can make a difference. So I implore you to do whatever you can over the coming year to help our work. Make a donation, volunteer at one of our centres, write to your MP, or of course rehome one of the wonderful horses, ponies or donkeys we have waiting right now. Clearly at this time of year you will be thinking mainly of your family and friends, and I'm sure you'll want to join me in saying thank you to all the staff at World Horse Welfare who work so tirelessly across the country, across the globe to help horses in need. So it only remains for me to say a very Merry Christmas to you, your family, your friends and your horses, and to wish you well for 2013.